G'day everyone, it's Drew from Drew's Adventures. I'm here with Trev, and there he is, and we are at Coober Pedy, the Australian capital for opal. And at the moment we're out here in the dark after dinner, and we're having a look for little pieces of potch. There is a public fossicking area that you can come to. You don't need a permit for this or a license, anything like that. I've got my little container here, and we're going to come back tomorrow and do this with a UV light. However, this is just a good little warm-up tonight to try and find some of Australia's national gemstone, opal. I'm back again at the public opal area here in Coober Pedy, and with Trev. And guess what I got today, everyone? Check out this. This is a UV torch, and it is powerful, and it will show up all of the opal chips that we might want to collect. So I'm going to have a look through this big mullock heap here and see if we can get some really decent opal this evening. Found our first little piece of potch opal. This bit here is in a little line inside this rock. Turn on the normal light and you can see that there is the opal, that little tiny thread-like line. So I've just found this one here, everyone, and I'll show you it with the normal light. It's got a little tiny bit, not very much, but a tiny bit of blue inside that, or green. You can just see a speckle right in the centre of the picture. There we go, a little bit of green, so I'll take that one with me. So something else you can find out here in Coober Pedy is this stuff. This here is a big block of gypsum. Check it out. And it's very like fibrous like material, and this one is translucent. I just found this little chip of opal here. You can see it's got a little tiny bit of blue in it. Not a lot, but a little bit. That's quite a nice one. Give that a clean up later and add that to the jar. I haven't been finding very much, but I saw a little sparkle in this little wall of this old area here, and check it out. When it glistens, there's a little tiny little bit of colour in that. I thought it was just a piece of glass and I was going to discard it, but certain little angle you start to see a little bit of colour coming through that. I'll try and show you. It's hard to film at the same time, but there is like little tiny little bits of green fleck just inside that. Very, very hard to see it, but yeah. And then under the UV torch, check it out. You can see how that's glowing perfectly. So, not glass, definitely opal, and a little tiny little bit of colour inside it, not a lot. But we'll put that in the jar. So it's my last full night on this trip in Coober Pedy, and have a look at this little slither of opal. Check out the beautiful blue in that. I mean, it is tiny, as you can see, but yeah, that's cool. I have come out after the rain, and as FAMO59 suggested, after rains it sometimes helps just to move a little bit of the soil off of the opal that's out here in the public fossicking area of Jewellers Road, Coober Pedy. So let's go and see if we can find some more just like this bit here. Look at gypsum when it's broken up in this crystal form. It looks like little tiny little needles. How freaky. I have found another slither that is almost identical to that last bit I got. Check out the blues in that. That's quite nice. Beautiful little piece of opal. So I'll put that in this jar, and yeah, literally shuffling around here like an old chook. Got this very handy torch that I bought years ago, and it does the trick, I tell you. I mean, you can use the black light, The black lights are good, but I prefer to see the actual colour of the opal myself under the standard light, but each to their own. And yeah, got a nice little chip here, so see if we can get a third on this final night here in Coober Pedy. This one is a really complicated looking piece. Check out the number of, if I can get that to focus, the number of little striations all through it. I don't know if there's much actual colour, but that's pretty cool. I found what I would call an opal Easter egg. Look at all the little bits of opal in here. I'll show you under the black light how it looks. I did bring the black light out in the end. I thought, why not? And look at that. Now that doesn't mean that there's blue colour in the actual opal, it's just how opal reacts to ultraviolet light. Okay, so look at this. So earlier, as you know, found this one here with a whole heap of opal all the way through it. And then just up from that, found this one too. And this one has a heap of opal all through it as well, which you probably can't see very well in the ordinary torchlight. There we go, have a look at that everyone, check that out. And there's the other one from earlier. So I've got two sets there with a number of lines of opal in them. As I say, not really expecting a lot, but there might be a couple in there that have some nice little colours in them, and that'll be cool. If not, still a bit of fun collecting these here on Jeweller's Shop Road. Okay, so I'm back home now in Adelaide, and I've just been washing through all of my opal that I collected. It's not really a great deal of colours in the smaller pieces, perhaps this little tiny one just there, but a lot of the other ones are just the potch, which is not worth very much. But let me show you. Remember how I got two shells and one glowed green under UV light? Well, that's this one here. You can see there are some sparkles on it. It's an old shell. You can make out the pattern there of the shell. So there's a little bit of colour in that one. And my favourite, wow, let me show you this. This is really cool. This is like an old, I reckon, a mollusk or something like that. But check out the colours. It is really nice. There are greens, there are a bit of blue hues through it. And I'm just going to clean maybe the top off here. And yeah, very happy with those two especially. Now the other one that glowed green, it was a very, very thin strip. That's inside this still large lump here. The green side was over here, but it's not really coming up. Another one here with a little bit of green in it. You can just see that sparkle up. I think it's too thin to actually sort of break up and open, but let me know in the comments what you think. This one here, very nice bluish kind of hue to it, but no sparkles. So it's probably just potch, but it's got kind of a real nice blue hue to it. And here is the other shell. This is also a shell, as you can see from the patterns on the top. Not seeing a whole heap of colours through it, but that just gives you an idea of what you can find in the Coober Pedy public fossicking area. So I'd highly suggest, if you get a chance, go up there and check it out. It's free to fossick up there, noodle, as they call it in the opal world. And there's a whole patch where you might find something like I've found here. So thanks everyone for watching the video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Take care, and I'll see you again on another episode of Drew's Adventures. Bye for now.